Well, hello, and welcome to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, broadcasting live from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia, but heard and seen all across the World Wide Web. And welcome here to episode 791. Listen, the topic is good. Be the CEO of your life. Yeah. So you want to stay around to hear all of this great discussion we have. My guest is hanging out in the virtual green room, and she is ready to come up to the mic. But we got a quick intro, and so you're going to be hearing from Quella, Dillard in this episode, and we're excited to have you here, all with the snow and all the things. We're all snowed in and all that good stuff. It's kind of clearing up now, but we're going to be checking you out today and letting you know all the great things that we have going on. This episode is brought to you by our upcoming webinar that's happening this Saturday. You're going to hear all more about it, but stay tuned.
Whoa. Why y'all so happy?
You don't know? Sharvette Mitchell is on the radio.
It's time to get motivated, excited, and influenced. Why? It's the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, live from Richmond, Virginia. And now, here to motivate, excite, and influence you, Sharvette Mitchell.
Well, hello again, and welcome to all those that are coming in across various platforms, live on Facebook. Hey, Facebook, live on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Listen, subscribe to our channel. I know you like this content. Hello to those that are on LinkedIn and all of our streaming platforms. And then certainly those that listen to our podcast. Thank you. Listen, I could drop a podcast, not even advertise it, and you all still picking up when I'm putting it down over there on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and all the things. So shout out to those that are like just listeners and just binge listen to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, which the goal of the show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And we're going to do that today with this segment, episode 791, Be the CEO of Your Life. Our guest is hanging out in the virtual studio. Let me greet a few people I see coming on in, absolutely, over on YouTube. Hey, Kim. Hey, Deborah. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Joe. Hey, Bobby. Hey, Marilyn. Welcome. And so we certainly invite you all to comment as you are listening in. So let me tell you a little bit about our guest, and also shout out to Instagram. We don't want to leave Instagram out. So for today, we have Marquella, we call her Quella, Dillard with us. She is the founder and CEO of Bawse Lifestyle. You're going to hear all about that. And the creator of the Bawse Life Blueprint, which is a movement designed to help women build unshakable confidence, overcome self-doubt, and step into the CEO roles of their lives. And as a life coach and an empowerment curator, she guides women in rewriting their stories. And I'm gonna tell you what, walking in purpose and taking intentional action toward the life they desire. Known as your number one virtual goal pusher, she is dedicated to seeing women win and remind them of who they are every step of the way. You have seen her perhaps in Richmond Times-Dispatch. You might have seen her in the Richmond Free Press. You may have even seen her in Girlz Magazine and Queen Size Magazine. Put your hands together. Show some love for Quella Dillard coming up to the mic now. Hey, girl. Hey. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I am doing awesome. Okay, so I went out because I hadn't touched my car. We're here in Richmond, Virginia, and we had ice and snow, and literally I had to peel ice off of my car. How y'all doing over there?
Snowed in. I haven't been outside since it snowed, so I'm good being in the house.
Listen, good being in the house. Welcome. Got a shout out to my mom. Hey. Awesome. Shout out to Alicia. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. So let's tell the viewers and the listeners how all this got started for you. How did you get into the space of really helping other people with their confidence?
I started, I had an organization about 10 years ago that I served as the chief executive officer on, which we build confidence through photography. So I'm all about community and doing all the things. So just helping women love themselves for who they are, that's always been a part of my heart. And it's just stuck with me. I had coming up when I was young, I suffered with low self-esteem and confidence. So as I got older and grew into myself and started loving myself more, I wanted to pour into other women who were struggling in those areas of low confidence, because I know what it feels like to, to have low self-esteem.
Yeah, very powerful. And so Boss Life, which you spell differently. So tell us about the spelling. If is it an acronym, all that good stuff.
Well, Boss Lifestyle, I started about 6 years ago during COVID, just a lifestyle brand to help women who still based around the confidence, help women, uplift their confidence, live the life they was designed to live, and basically having a safe space of support to pour into other women who may have been struggling in those areas of, low confidence and things like that. I didn't have a structure or structure plan or support or any of that. So I wanted to start a brand who would pour into other women in the community in that area.
All right. And so you saw a gap and a need, and you stepped in and you said, let me go ahead and fill it. And so you teach women kind of like on the same vein, you teach women to be CEOs of their lives. So first of all, there are people watching saying, okay, what does that truly mean? Like, is that a catchphrase? Like, how does someone start embodying that?
Well, how you can embody it is show up in every room and own it. Own every room that you step in. Take control of your direction. Don't wait for permission for someone to tell you when to start, how to start. So basically, just showing up and being yourself each and every day, by the choices you make, your mindset, your confidence, and all of the things. So that's how someone can embody being the CEO of their life.
All right. And so the Boss Life Blueprint, which you created, is certainly a movement. And so what inspired you to create it? And then what kind of transformation do you see or you hope to see in women who kind of embrace the Boss Life Blueprint?
So what inspired me to about Boss Life Blueprint is for women, like through my coaching and also my own journey of being overwhelmed and stuff and just not having any structure or any plan or anything like that. So I created a space for women to have clarity, confidence, and also a system that they can follow. And what I hope to see, and what I also see with my clients and also just women in the community that I surround myself with, is they show up differently. They increase their confidence. They move different. They put boundaries in place of what they're not going to accept. So that's why I created the movement of Boss Life Blueprint, just to give other women a safe space to be themselves.
And there's something interesting about safe spaces. Like a lot of times people, they don't show up as their true selves because they don't feel like there's a safe environment. And so how important is it for people to either identify when an area is safe or to make an environment safe so that they do show up, kind of for their own selves and show up the right way?
I would say just, I guess, be yourself. Be true to yourself in that space, and just showing up and just being authentically you. I think a lot of women overall, well, they'll get I guess the comparison of people
Oh,
around them, the distractions and things like that. But when you
yeah.
lock in with yourself and the things that you're doing, then nothing else will matter.
Yeah. Yeah. Comparison is one person said is the thief of joy. I also heard someone say it is the assassinator of joy, because it's an interesting thing. Comparison will wait, we see all those movies. I don't know
Yeah.
if you watch movies and like those snipers that like sit and wait for like weeks and months for the opportune time. And it feels like sometimes people can be kind of skating through life. Things are going good. And at the opportune time, they'll see a post and it'll make them reflect and say, oh, I'm not doing as good as that person. Or they'll see something or hear something. And
Right.
so that comparison is a tricky thing. And so, but your confidence can help, combat that. And so confidence is certainly at the core of the work that you do as a life coach and all of that. And so what are the biggest confidence blockers that you see for women?
The biggest confidence blocker that I see for women is self-doubt, doubting themselves, of what they're fully capable of doing, but they just have that fear of not being confident, fear of being judged, from their past, anything. As we grow as women, our past does not define us, and you can't live in that space. So, and things change over the years. So people fear of being authentically themselves and doing all the things that they want to do in life because they fear of being judged. Another thing is comparison, what we just was talking about, comparing yourself to other people who've probably been doing it for quite some time, and you starting to do it the same thing. And you're wondering how she's able to do that. And I'm not able to do this, but you have to, I feel like when you stay in your lane and just focus on what's in front of you and block out all of the distractions, you will win much faster. And I try to tell people, like, you can't compare because you have no idea what people have been through, the journey they traveled and things like that. So if you just stay true to you and stay in your lane, you'll win much faster. So those are the three blockers. Yes.
Oh, good. And what we don't know when we look at other people and maybe their journeys, we don't know the privileges. I heard someone say that, and I think that's so profound. We might know the end result, but we don't know the privileges that they had along the way that might have helped them get there. Welcome. As you're coming on in, we see you coming on in. We are hanging out here on the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Marquella, we call her Quella, Dillard, CEO and founder of Bawse Life. While people are watching and listening, how can they connect with you on Instagram?
My Instagram is Bawse Life Blueprint, and that's BAWSE, the spelling life, Blueprint. And then my educational portion of my brand, which is Bawse Life University, is Bawse Lifestyle _
Great. And what is your website address?
It's bawselifestyle.com.
Okay, great. So as your role as a life coach, first of all, can you share with people what is a life coach? Because sometimes people are, maybe they're not sure, is this a therapist? Is this a counselor? Like, what is a life coach?
A life coach is someone who is going to walk the journey with you. We are not therapists. At least I'm not. I'm not a therapist. I don't diagnose any mental health and things of that. So when I look at as a life coach, my definition is being your number one cheerleader, being your accountability partner, walking your journey with you, providing you with the resources and tools you need so you can be successful. So that's my definition of being a life coach.
Oh, right. And you offer life coaching services?
I do offer. I have 2 different pathways, more information can be found on my website.
All right. Actually, let's let the listeners know what types of ways could they work with you in your life coaching business.
First is you can get inside my reset room and we can just have a conversation, not trying to sell you anything or whatever, but just a conversation to see how can I help you and what tools and resources I can provide to you to help you along the way within your life or maybe your business. So how they can connect, start in the reset room, which is a free consultation, and we can just have a conversation from there.
All right, wonderful. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, you have something interesting. I peeked out on your Instagram, some ladies that are in bathing suits. So I want you to tell us about that. Okay. And then when we come back, we're also going to dig a little bit more and talk a little bit more about this virtual goal pusher that you are, and then also leave the listeners with some tips if they are feeling stuck and trying to make the first, few steps as they rewrite the story of their lives. So we'll have you relax back in the green room there. All right. Again, thank you so much for all of those that are checking us out here on the Sharvette Mitchell radio show. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for being here. And this segment is being brought to you by our next webinar that is for mental health professionals and therapists, licensed social workers, and in that field. And we are going to be talking about marketing that supports your practice and your personal brand. Is coming up this Saturday, January 31st, because last segment I said July or June, y'all. I don't know where I was. January 31st, 10 a.m. Eastern. So if you are on Sharvette.com, there's a link there to register. It's on all of our pages, but we are inviting you a complimentary webinar. If you are a mental health professional and you're looking to grow your practice, or you're saying, hey, I'm good with clients, but I'm looking to add some additional services, or I'm looking to branch off and do more speaking and writing and things of that nature. That's what we'll be talking about on Saturday. So go ahead and register. But this is an encore. This is an encore because we did this webinar live last Monday. And I'm going to just let you hear from Lance and Sky. This is like about a minute and 25 seconds. Lance and Sky are podcasters. I'm going to tell you about them afterwards. But here's about a minute and 25 seconds of what they had to say. They listened to the webinar. Here we go.
There's this the specific kind of professional tension I've been thinking about, and I think it's almost unique to the mental health world. Oh. It's like a contradiction. You spend years, maybe a whole decade, training to be, well, invisible.
A blank slate, yeah.
A container.
Exactly. You're trained to be a listener, a container for someone else's story, their trauma. The focus is 100% on the client and 0% on you.
Absolutely. That is the core of clinical training. You are not the story. The patient is. If you insert yourself too much, you're actually breaking the clinical frame.
Right. But then you fast forward a few years, you go into private practice, you hang out your shingle, and suddenly the whole business world is screaming at you to do the exact opposite of what you learned.
Be loud. Be visible.
Be visible. Put your face on a billboard.
Right.
Build a personal brand. It must feel like a fundamental violation of the code you swore by. It's the therapist paradox,
yeah.
Right? How do you market yourself without selling out?
Yeah.
How do you get clients without, violating that sacred sense of privacy or dignity?
Yeah.
And that is exactly what we're unpacking today.
We are doing a deep dive into something called the visibility framework.
In this framework, it comes from a really fascinating source, a comprehensive breakdown by a woman named Sharvette Mitchell.
What I love about her is she is not your typical, influencer guru telling you to do TikTok dances. She spent...
All right. I know I cut you off there, but if you are a mental health professional therapist, we'd love to see you in the webinar there. All right, great. So let's jump back on in episode 791 with Quella Dillard, bringing her back up to the mic, hot on the mic here on the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Okay, so tell me about this event I'm seeing. I see ladies in black, either leotards or swimsuits. Tell us what you got going on.
So coming up for International Women's Month, because I like to pour back into my community, I have created a confidence building experience for a small group of women that's called the Bawse Life Effect. And with the Bawse Life Effect, it's an experience about giving the best version of yourself through the lens. So that's a professional photo shoot, showing up as yourself and just being yourself, being confident in who you are behind the lens of a camera.
Wow. So how can people find out about that?
That is also on my website and all of my social media outlets, how you can sign up. It's in my Instagram bio. You can just go directly and just fill out the sign up form, and I'll be in contact once you do that.
All right. And who is the best person for it? And this is Richmond based. So if you're listening from somewhere else, if you can fly in,
sure can.
Walk here, take a train here. But who is this best for? Who is this ideal for?
This is for pouring into my older women, because I know a lot of older women who suffer with low self-confidence and things like that. The younger women, no shade, because I know you like to take a picture and TikTok all day. But this is for women 30 plus. So if you are 30 years old and up, this experience is for you. I would love to have some older women in the late 40s, 50s. But yes, this is for the age range between 30 and up.
All right, great. So, so let's jump back into this. In your bio, I read that you are the #1 virtual goal pusher, GOAL. And so, what does goal pushing look like really in practice? What does that look like for your clients and for you?
So the #1 goal pusher for me is I would not let women quit. I will not let you give up on yourself. I'm going to push you to your fullest potential. I'm going to walk your journey with you. I'm not going to give you a simple checklist to just check off, oh, I've done this, I've done that. I'm going to actually walk the journey with you because everything that you have is already inside of you. It's up to you to activate it. So what I'm going to do is be your #1 cheerleader. I'm going to be your support system, your bestie, and I'm going to push you even when you don't feel motivated because we're not always motivated, right? Some days we might want to, we be up here and we like, oh, I did this, I did that. And then the next day you might be like, I don't even feel like doing just that. So me as the #1 goal pusher, I'm going to be there to support you and to pick you up so you won't quit. So that's what the #1 goal pusher is.
All right, great. And motivation is an interesting thing. Some people believe in it, some people don't. But many women feel kind of stuck between who they've been and who they want to be. And so from your professional opinion, what are some of the first steps that a woman can use to really kind of rewrite her story and step into the new identity or the identity that she wants?
First, with what a woman can do is create simple routines. I think a lot of women, we look at the bigger picture, but we don't celebrate the small goals. And I feel like if you set these small attainable goals that you're able to accomplish in order to get to the big goal, you will see yourself more like you'll see yourself accomplish a lot more is what I'm trying to say. And another thing is I guess your past, as far as your past, like I said before, your past doesn't define you. Getting a clear direction on, what you want to do and how you want your life, because you can create the life that you want. But like I said, it's up to you to activate it. So.
Oh my goodness. And I know there are people saying, okay, I'm ready to activate, especially we're still in January, still that new car smell, that new year, and resolutions and things of that nature. And so for people who have set like resolutions, I don't knock it. Some people do, I don't, or have just said, these are some things I endeavor to do. How can, any of the services you have or help people kind of move towards reaching their goals?
One is we create a plan together that we both can, so we both can work together on what it is that you want to do, what you want to accomplish, what do you want to accomplish in 3 to 6, 6 to 9, whatever that case may be. So setting a realistic plan around their real life and not a fantasy life.
Wait a minute, I can't be on Fantasy Island, Quella. I can't be on Fantasy Island.
Just setting realistic goals based around their real life and circumstances, so we can kind of work on a step-by-step plan to get towards what they want to accomplish.
Yeah, and then that'll help them be the CEO
of their life.
Right. And so, sometimes when people hear CEO, they think, oh, well, she's just talking to business owners or to, to address that.
Yeah, I know, but that's not the case. Like from the outside looking in, you will look like a CEO, like, it's, just business. But no, it's just basically taking control of your life, making the decisions for you in your life without waiting for permission for someone else to tell you what to do.
Yeah. So you are, rocking it on Instagram. Our time is flying by. Tell listeners how they can follow you, because you have such great content. And I also want to talk about your books and products. But first, let's let them know about how they can follow you on Instagram.
You can follow me at Bawse Life Blueprint, and that's spelled BAWSE Life Blueprint, and then Bawse Lifestyle _
All right, great. And if you're watching on YouTube, just look down below in the show notes. If you are on Sharvette.com, look down below in the show notes. If you're listening to the podcast, look down below in the show notes, and you'll have the correct spelling and links to get to where you need to get to. And so you have affirmation cards. You have, I don't know if you have, and my affirmation cards are over there.
Yeah, use this question.
Yes, they're right over there. I meant to, you know how you be, they're right over there. And the planner is at my office. We're in our remote studio today, let's say that. But talk about your affirmation cards and the amazing planner that you have.
So the Bawse Life Planner is not your everyday planner. I think a lot of people think that the planner that which I created was based on a 12 calendar year calendar, but it's not like that. Basically, the Bawse Life Planner is a tool that I've created to help you elevate your life. And it comes with affirmations, date lists. You can put your own dates, any routines, a savings challenge. It comes with a whole lot of things in the Bawse Life Planner that will help you elevate your life. So that's why I say it's not your average planner.
Yeah, and it's pink and it's green and it is gorgeous. It's full color, front and back. It's hardback. It's spiral. So it is beautifully done, and that's available over on your website. And then the affirmation cards. Talk to us about that.
So the affirmation cards I created myself, which is another tool that I offer to the community and my clients. Basically, it's 52 affirmations that I came up with that helped me elevate my life and help me move forward. So I wanted to give my community the same tool that I was using that I know have helped me along the way, so they can grow and win in life as well.
All right, fabulous. So what is on the horizon for you as we start landing this plane? What's coming up next for you? I know you have your event. What can people kind of keep their eye out on Quella?
Keep your eye out on my master classes and webinars that I will be hosting. And I will also be having live workshops as well throughout the year. And then looking towards an event in the fall. So I have more details about that in the next few months. And yeah, I'm gonna be busy.
Yeah, here we go. And so the goal of the show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And we want to know what continues to motivate Quella Dillard.
What continues to motivate me is seeing other women live the life that they had, that was intended for them. Seeing women live their purpose, being happy, showing up, being confident. I'd be so excited when I see someone who I've helped or even gave some advice or words of encouragement to living their best life or winning in life, whatever that looks like. So that's what I feel that.
Wonderful. And Tanya, thank you for your question. She said information on your event. So the one that's coming up, let's recap the most recent one that is coming up with the photo shoot and all of that.
Okay, so it's called the Bawse Life Effect, Building Confidence Through the Lens. And it's a photo shoot experience for women 30 and up. And you can enroll or sign up or whatever on my website. Also on Instagram is directly in my link in bio. You can just go straight to the form and complete it. And then I'll follow up from there.
Great. And then for anything else coming up, following on Instagram is going to be number one. It's going to give you some.
Follow me on Instagram.
Good CEO juice for your life. But then that's one of the best ways, like really to keep up with you. So
yes.
Thanks for your question. All right. Well, it is a wrap. Thank you so much for being here, hanging out with us in ice and snow, and we're coming up out of it. But thank you so much for being here. I'm glad we have power and we didn't lose that. Thanks be unto God.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for the opportunity to show up on your show today. So I appreciate it.
You are welcome. All right. Thank you. All right, listeners, I'm telling you what, check her out again. If you are on YouTube, look down below in the show notes. There's more information about Quella there. If you are listening from Sharvette.com, you're already right there on our blog post about her. If you are listening to the podcast, go down below in the show notes and you'll find information and links. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. What you waiting for? And if you're on YouTube and you're watching and you're brand new and you're like, I know you like this content, like go ahead and subscribe so we can keep up with each other. And again, this segment episode 791, was brought to you by our upcoming webinar that is happening this Saturday. It is for therapists, for mental health professionals, licensed social workers, those in that area and in that realm. And you're looking to either grow your practice or you're good with clients and you're looking to add either additional other services, maybe even like life coaching, books, speaking, looking to do more training, maybe even getting into some contracting and some things. And so you realize that your personal brand is going to need some strengthening in that. And so we invite you to a complimentary webinar, Marketing That Supports Your Practice and Personal Brand, a Visibility Framework for women. This is open to women. So gentlemen, we're going to do something a little bit later in the year for you all, but this is open to women. And so the links are anywhere where you're watching, you'll be able to find the link to register. This is the encore. So we had a great session last Monday, and I played a little bit of a recap of a podcast for that. And we look forward to seeing you. All right, it is a wrap. Thank you for being here, as always, and supporting us. And we'll see you all later on the web. Bye.
Live from Richmond, Virginia, you've been listening to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Catch Sharvette Mitchell every Tuesday at 6 p.m., interviewing all the stars you want to hear from. So until next week, stay motivated, excited, and influenced. This is the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show.